My name's Ashley, and I have been a groomer with PetSmart for 17 years. I originally started with PetSmart in 2002, and I had just graduated high school. I had no direction with my life, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And a good friend told me about this job, so I just thought, well, it's temporary until I go to college and I figure out what I want to do. And I fell in love, and I just stuck with it. It was something that was so natural. The funny thing is, I do nothing about dogs, and I was so not in tune with dogs that I booked a Weimaraner under a groomer because I thought it was a fancy name, so it needed a haircut. Turns out it's a very short-haired dog. The thing that I love most about my job is just the connection that you see between a pet parent and a pet when they pick them up from the grooming salon. Like, there is nothing more satisfying than seeing a pet recognize their owner, and their owner gets super excited, and you know that by having them clean and well groomed, that you were able to help build that connection. You know, watching that pet just run towards the pet parent like they haven't seen him in weeks, you know, and having the pet parent just like go crazy over how great they smell and feel. So the PetSmart grooming team, we're on our 3rd year, and what we do is we take a group of district academy trainers, pet stylists, and salon leaders all across the country to compete against, you know, some of the world's best groomers, and we've done really well. And you know, we've competed in several shows. We've had a lot of our groomers that advance to other divisions. I personally just moved from entry to intermediate, so I'm super stoked. When you're at a competition, most of the time it's going to be breed standards. So there's different breed groups like sporting, mixed styling, poodles. You're judged on AKC standards, so you're timed, and you have a certain amount of time to get them to look as close to breed standard as possible. You do have to come in prepped and ready, so the dog has to be clean, nails have to be done, ears have to be cleaned. But yeah, you go up against, you know, sometimes I've seen groups as small as 3 where you're competing against 2 other people, and my largest group that I competed in was a total of 28. So you can see all different sizes of groups. There was one standard poodle that I used to groom, and she came in and I was shaving her feet, and I noticed one of her toes was really swollen. And so I told the pet parent. They were really concerned, so they took her over to Banfield, and it turns out she had cancer and she had to have 2 toes amputated. After the toes were removed, she was great, and she never even walked differently having those 2 toes removed. I remember the pet parent looked at me and they just cried because they were so happy that I told them about what was going on with their dog, and it was completely treatable. You know, after the toes were amputated, they got her on some medication, they kept her comfortable. She lived for, you know, another 10 years. The one thing I wish pet parents would know when they come into the salon is be honest. You know, don't be afraid to tell your groomer everything, whether it's a slight change in personality or something that's been going on at home that could cause the dog to become stressed, or, you know, I mean, we're really here to take care of the pet, and so we need to know everything that's been going on.